Hello everyone, it's DA here, and today I will be highlighting our top healing frames. This selection is made based on modded frames, the amount of health distributed, and the variation in health over time. The first on my list is at number 6, and that will be Nidus with his Ravenous. Unmodded, this ability grants a total of 20 health per second at max, which in all is not good enough. However, the benefit of this is that whenever you have this ability active, the maggots actually draw away some enemy fire. That amount of health, which is 20, can also really be still effective when it comes down to it. Now up next at number 5, I have a curative undertow Hydroid. Now while this can be very useful for a solo player and be a great benefit to the squad at 30% health regen, the downside will be limitations in range, mainly because allies have to literally stand on the puddle like you would stand in Nidus's Ravenous. Now this means other squad mates and teammates don't have the freedom to move around, and enemies can also knock them off the ground from regenerating. However, this can be very still useful whenever it comes down to sortie missions or whenever it comes down to a mission where you are guided a defensive target. So this is really amazing. Now in number 4, I have Inaros. Inaros is at this spot due to his invulnerability that you can receive when devouring enemies. Depending on the level of enemies, you can actually be getting health for days and even be invulnerable during the process and while doing so. The downside, however, is that the health is not created out of thin air and it is strictly based on enemy location. So the farther the enemy is on the tile set, that will be a huge problem for you. A low ally will actually have to fight their way to that enemy. However, the percentage that you are getting is really good, and the fact that you can be invulnerable doing so is also amazing. For number 3, I have Oberyn. Now, regardless of what happened post rework, I am sure that most of us can agree that he is in a good spot as of now. He is a third because of the range of renewal. Unlike previous frames that I mentioned on the list, allies can actually move around freely and still benefit from renewal, though the initial health and heal over time is not as much as you would like compared to some frames in the game. However, the bonus armor and Phoenix renewal actually makes him a really good fit, and that is why he is at number 3. In second place on the list, I have a Knight Equinox. Now, Equinox might as well be the best and be the first on the list, but is second due to lack of healing over time. As far as the amount of health dispensed, she has the greatest due to the ability being able to stack enemy kills into health. For a squad of hate, you can actually restore every frame to the max. You just have to kill something. This also is one of the things that limits her potential. However, the squad, if they can stay active, you will actually be a really great ally because nobody will be going down. In first place, I have the one and only Trinity. Now, Trinity has always been the go-to support since introduction in the game, and even with the nerf, she is still effectively good. Well of Life on each enemy is able to grant you a total of 400 health, and Blessing is able to restore 80% of shields and health. Another great thing is that you have 50% damage resistance. It is no question as why Trinity is requested in most missions other than her use of Energy Vampire. Now, she is fluid, effective, and can sustain an entire squad, and you will often see the use for Trinity in some of your farming missions or some of the missions which are raids or some of your sortie missions as well. Now, all the frames on this list are represented using their base stats. However, when maximized, they can actually turn the tides in your favor. They can be really good depending on how you mod them. However, this is my list and this is how I've been able to generate the stats and see which frame is actually the best. Now, while armor and shields are important, health is also essential in every single frame. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you find this video informative as well as entertaining. And if you did, don't forget to leave a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel for more. As always, it is DA signing out. I will see you guys in the next one.